want to thank everybody that came here tonight, because I feel truly blessed to have just support from so many different places. I mean, family highlighted by my son Roger, friends that I've known literally since the first grade, and then a lot of new friends and mentors like Rick. I'm just sort of overwhelmed by all the people that are here. And it's great for me to get to start this at a Brushi's at an Applewood location, because I feel like this is where I'm from. Now, I wasn't born in Applewood. I was born in Denver, but my parents built a house about a mile west of here in 1975. And some of my earliest memories are people saying, "Where? Applewood?" I don't know if you folks remember, some of them do, I know, but there was King Soopers, there was a great Mexican restaurant called Holly West. People were starting to hear of Applejack Liquors, and but there wasn't a lot out here. And so people would constantly ask us, "Where?" And after that they would say, "Why? Why are you moving to Applewood?" Because we had deep Denver roots. I mean, my parents both had, their parents and grandparents all lived in Denver. You know, I think back, my grandfather was a Denver city councilman at the time, my dad was a Denver police officer, and so why would we move out here to the middle of the nowhere? And now I'm being asked the same question, why? Why are you running for state senate? Why are you putting your family, why are you putting your good name through it, like Rick was talking about? And those things sort of come together for me. The stories I've heard about 1975, the first one has to do with two young kids and a great school 3-4 blocks from their house. And then my parents were told, "That's not your school. Your kids can get on a bus and go 25 minutes each way. That's their school, because we're the government, we know best." And at the same time, the city of Denver was talking about a residency requirement. They were going to tell the policemen and the firemen, if you live here, if you work in Denver, you live in Denver. You can't move, because we're the government. We know best. So my parents, they weren't political activists, but they weren't real excited about those prospects, and so they loaded up the truck and moved to what everybody thought was Beverly at the time. We built the house, and we went from being Denver folks to being Jeffco folks. I mean, I got to grow up in this beautiful area. We've been here for almost 40 years. My sister and I went to Wheat Ridge High. We worship in Lakewood, and I'm raising my kids in Arvada, all right here within the district. When I think back to I'm probably like a lot of you in that I like to sit around and complain about the politics. And yet something just this year sort of pushed me to take that next step. I look at a state legislature that's overstepping their bounds. I look at a state legislature that's driving themselves further and further into our lives. These same people that were saying, this is where we want your kids to go to school, this is where we want you to live. This week they're saying, we want to come into your house. We want to come into your bathroom. We want to come all the way into your shower and tell you how much water pressure you can use. Because they're the government, they think they know best. And at the same time, my opponent in this district, she's the sponsor of a bill to give oil companies eminent domain rights. Meaning that the same way that they can come in and say, we want to build a school, we want to build a highway, they can say, the oil company wants your property. Whether it's been in your family for generations, we'll take your house and your house and your house. We'll give you what we consider a fair price, and if you don't like it, you can sue us, but we now have that power because we're the government and we think we know best. So I looked at things and I thought, you know, this isn't California, it's not New York, it's not DC. If we wanted to live in those places, we'd move. We don't need all this government overregulation in Colorado. And I hear from my friends and neighbors the same thing that my parents said 40 years ago. We just want to be left alone. So I want to be out there and I want to be representing you. I want to be representing we, the people, that want to be left alone. And when the government tells us we know better, I want us to be able to say, no, you don't. So thanks again, everybody, for coming.